Hi everyone, I'm Rob.
And I'm Lynda, and we're small-scale organic growers and also part of a larger group of people behind the Baw Baw Food Hub. Together, the team at the Hub is building something that we reckon can help to address a whole host of pressing issues in our modern food system. These are issues that we've all heard about before. The imperative to produce cheap food puts farmers under pressure. It limits our capacity to earn a living and properly steward our land and our shared environment. For consumers, poor quality processed foods are cheaper and easier to access, but they're making many people unhealthy at great personal and social costs.
Across the world, there is a hunger for reconnection to the places and people that produce our food. Local food economies aim to enrich their communities by rebuilding a culture of healthy eating and re-establishing farming as a worthwhile vocation, while keeping control of the value chain in the hands of farmers. Valuing and paying producers fairly is the only way to ensure sound management of soils, water and atmosphere with a long-term view. Food hubs are a new way to do this, addressing environmental and social sustainability by prioritising farmers and their livelihoods. Food hubs are an emerging phenomenon, particularly prevalent in North America. These charts summarise a summary of food hubs of a survey of food hubs by Michigan State University, which found that most hubs are less than 5 years old. The majority are co-ops or not-for-profits, and they generally serve small and medium-sized growers. They act as aggregators of fresh whole foods for local consumption and often identify strongly with a particular geographical region.
This image from the feasibility study for a hub in the Shire of Casey prompted an aha moment for us. It captures the powerful possibility of combining a producer-focused food hub with a need in the community for healthy, minimally processed and minimally packaged food. Combining these functions in a single organisation in the physical space seemed like genius. With this in mind, we got stuck in, starting with trials of weekly veggie boxes in the autumn of 2013 and again in 2014 to test interest from our local community. Our farm and Liz Clay's were the source of all the produce in the early weeks. Boxes were packed in our barn and we met customers in the car park outside here in the Arctic, so it's a bit of an illegal drop-off point. The approach we used was to grow incrementally, gradually bringing more producers on board, increasing our range. We grew through continuous experimentation. Everything we attempted was stripped back and lean. We kept what worked and dropped what didn't, using each small financial gain to fund the next stage.
We currently offer 3 sizes of vegetable boxes which can be collected or delivered. Our vegetables are certified organic and sourced as locally as possible, and customers can choose from an ever-growing range of extras available to add to their box each week. We offer things like milk, bread, cheeses, yogurt, meats and prepared take-home meals. We've gradually been growing over the last 2.5 years, and in that time we've packed nearly 14,000 vegetable boxes for our local community. About 75% of our revenue is paid directly back to our farmers, and the remaining 25% is used to pay for wages, rent, transport, utilities and things like the infrastructure. We're proudly non-profit, which is very different to being a charity. The hub is run just like a for-profit business, except that any profits are used to pay farmers more, employ more people, keep prices low for customers, or purchase additional infrastructure. We have 8 paid administrative staff and an incredibly capable and committed team of volunteers who help pack in exchange for a veggie box. There's been an enormous amount of goodwill and support from many people over the life of the hub. Ongoing development and the week-to-week operation of the hub is a phenomenal amount of work, and contributions big and small have helped us spread the load and continue to move forward while making sure the boxes get packed every week.
We're also active participants in the whole local food movement, running events like movie nights and seminars, maintaining an ongoing conversation through our weekly newsletters and social media presence. This is a shot of the Growers' Dinner we held earlier this year, where growers, hub staff and customers came together to celebrate over a local feast prepared by Lauren Rob. A recent survey of about 150 of our current and former customers revealed that for them, supporting local farmers is a favourite aspect of what we do. Freshness of veggies and supporting organic growers tied for a close second. The responses generally indicate that people in our community understand the challenges faced by producers and are keen to buy local whenever it's available. While we're proud of how far we've come, the hub definitely continues to be a work in progress. We need to strengthen the network of local and independent food producers and retail enterprises to provide stable and reliable markets for new growers. Supplying restaurants, retailers and institutions will be key to making local food more widely available in our community. We also want to contribute to a future for Gippsland that involves more growers, more diversity, more local food and more highly developed knowledge of ecological farming practice. Supplying restaurants and institutions will be we imagine a beautiful, diversely productive landscape and thriving, resilient local food economy.
Our principles of localism, fairness and diversity will ensure that providing access to local organic whole foods for Baw Baw residents and businesses remains our focus. Expanding our range to include food sourced from overseas or out-of-season produce is not something that is on our radar. It's inspiring to be a part of the Australian chapter of a global movement working towards a positive change in our local food system. We recognise that the hub and the way that it works is just one of many solutions. We're excited by the small successes we've had and we're keen to share our experiences so that others can learn from our mistakes. We're always looking to work with like-minded people and organisations in building the strength of our local community. We're absolutely convinced that collaboration rather than competition is the way to go. If you think we can work together, we'd love to have a chat. Thanks very much for having us.